Well, I've been absent because I've been super busy. Um, Projects at my regular 9 to 5. I had noticed this about a week ago or so that I guess this is my desert fall flow. The bees are just loving on whatever this stuff is. I noticed that the bees are coming in on the landing board, especially in the morning, with all sorts of colors of pollen, everything from bright white to bright yellow, orange also, yeah. I don't know where. I can only imagine this is the yellow. And I could kind of tell because that Burns guy mentioned something about how bees, if they have a natural flow going on, they will ignore sugar water. And the other week, I did happen like right there. I had placed my 5-gallon bucket feeder of sugar water right there, and the bees didn't touch it for 2 days. I did finally put it into a spot where they finally did come and get to it. However, it wasn't like the swarm of bees that I had that was apparently during the peak of the dearth. So there's other things I keep waiting. I keep waiting for this to start to bloom up. It looks like it's starting to bloom up there. I don't see any bees on this just yet. Again, I have no idea what this is. I know what that is. That's a tumbleweed. I need to cut it out. It looks nice and green, and it's very it's full of water, but it's still spiky, and it'll dry out and turn into an evil tumbleweed that will eat your children at night. So yeah, I want to get rid of that sucker. That's got to go. But anyway, I'm gonna go. I got a project. I'm gonna go and check out my small colony, and I'm thinking about following a suggestion with. Hello there. Oh, these guys they're camera shy. There you go. Yeah. Let's see, what can we do here? Oh, I'm blocking that stupid thing. Yeah. Anyway, I'm thinking about transferring that small colony into a nucleus. I just need to figure out what size I need. It wasn't the gal that lives in Hawaii. It's the gal with the curly hair that lives in Michigan. I forget their channel names. That mentioned that if you got a small colony in a big box, you might want to reduce it to overwinter. The only problem is they don't. I mean, you look up deep to nuke transfer. All you get is nuke to deep. You buy a nucleus and you transfer your bees from the nucleus into a big box. Normally it's springtime, but there isn't anybody telling you how to take a 10 frame deep and putting it into a nuke. I've seen people doing splits. I've seen people doing all sorts of things, but not that. Okay. I can only imagine all I need to do is put my nuke where my brood, where my deep is, put it in the same position, pull the frames that are occupied, hopefully transfer the queen with it. When the bees figure out the queen's not there, just put the deep in front of the nuke and let them walk out and go over to the nuke. They'll pick up on the pheromone, and then as long as the nuke is in the same spot that the deep was in, hopefully the foragers will figure it out real quick that, oh, okay, things have changed. So here's some more. I'm just kind of walking around the property looking for more flower. Yeah, there's bees here too. So there's this yellow flowering bush out here. That's putting out a little bit of food and flow for them, so that's good. Well, so anyway, that's what I'm going to do today. Is I'm going to open up that hive, check the colony, and I haven't been able to do it here in the last couple of weeks. The only thing I'm expecting is that it's still going to be 4 frames, maybe half a fifth. So if I'm going to make a 5-frame nuke, if there's any little bit of drawn comb on anything else, I'll just disregard it and move this colony over, and hopefully see what happens. I mean, I am in the desert. However, we do get freezes, and it does snow here. And we can have snow for, I mean, the snow goes away real quick, I'll tell you that. The desert just sucks it right into the ground. But if we get a pretty heavy snow, we're going to have snow on the ground for a good week or two, and it can happen more than once a year. So I don't want to leave them in that big old box and have them struggling trying to stay warm in the center of it with, you know, freezing conditions all around. So anyway, you know, I just that was that last little colony that I cut out, and that last little colony that I actually captured the queen on, and released her into the new box. So yeah, you know, it just, I have a little soft spot for that one. All right, we're going to go to the box. This is the scrap paneling that I got from a crate. I just need to figure out what size nucleus I need to make, I guess, at this point. Some of this I know will have to be doubled up. It's really thin. I just glue and staple it together, and hopefully I might have enough to at least fabricate one. It's interesting, I was going through my mind here on a bit of a script, and I was going to discuss how I had a recent new commenter say that I'm using too much smoke, which I think the last video that he commented on, I can agree with that. I don't know if these are robbers again. I mean, I've been out here the last couple of days and I haven't seen this much activity at all. But then again, I haven't been out here at this time of day. Usually first thing in the morning, I just see a whole bunch of bees come in with pollen. I don't know what's going on. These guys just seem to be more robbers. I'm kind of reluctant to open things. I'm going to be real quick about this. Anyway, also said something about I should get a bee suit. Well, I've always worn a veil and that sort of thing. I have gone at this barehanded before. And I did get stung on my thumb, and my thumb has been a problem. I'll tell you that. Ever since I got stung on this thumb, I've had a little bit of, I don't know, nerve, cellular, whatever damage, and I work with my hands every day. So it's been annoying, to say the least. So I guess maybe I'm a little gun shy. Anyway, I don't know if I'm exactly afraid of the bees. But back again to while I was going through all of this in my head, I was turning the camera on, getting ready to start it, when I felt something. I felt something on my back, and then I heard a buzz, and I was standing in front of the hive. I think somebody got me in the back, you know, tried to sting me in the back through the shirt. I'm like, oh my God. I kind of, you know, pulled my shirt away from and let it go, and I don't feel anything now. But man, this thumb where I got hit, or, you know, my stuck thumb video has been a problem. A little bit of just annoying, you know, since I work with my hands every once in a while it's like, oh yeah, that thumb hurts. But oh well. Yeah, the other hive has the same activity going on in front of it. Hard to tell because I'm new and I don't know. There's quite a few bee in here. Come on, get off of there. This is interesting. So I was saying in kind of the intro there that I want to figure out what I want to do with these guys. And I'm not, it's a little windy today again. Just that, and again, I didn't look it up and I forget the channel name, where the one younger gal with the curly hair said, yeah, I am wearing my gauntlets today because of the idea. Let me go get my J tool or go get the grabber. That if you're going to start making it, at least for, you know, her situation, Michigan, it's going to get cold soon. See, nothing, still nothing, except one little bee on there. That I should think about moving bees now. Just bees crawling around, empty frame. This is that frame that they just keep fooling with, drawing out a little bit of comb but did nothing with it. This has got some food on it. Pollen capped. No brood. Okay. So we'll call that frame number 1. And this is brood. Lots of little eggs, brand new eggs in there. Do I see her? I still have not been very successful in queen spotting. I'm just showing this to the camera because I think I saw her once. But that's some egg in there. There's a bunch of bees all balled up right there. Okay, but I still see lots of little eggs, and I think I see these robbers trying to come in the top. That's in fact what I'm looking at. So we'll call that frame 2. And more brood frame, and I see brand new little eggs in there. I think it'll just be easier for me to play this back and maybe spot a queen. Looks like good brood and larvae. So we got 1, 2, 3. This is frame 4 coming up. And this is food. And that's got nothing in a little bit. They're starting to fill a little bit on there. Okay. And then some draw comb, empty, empty, empty. So 4 frames. Oh, I'll get this slammed shut. If These guys are interlopers trying to get in here. I don't need them coming in. I guess if one or two snuck in, they'll hopefully kick them out. All right. Now, I know I don't have too many people watching me, so it's going to be kind of hard to get an opinion. And you know, maybe the one gentleman, I'm assuming, who made a comment to me in my last video, who sounds like they may have a little bit more experience than I, or I will go to Facebook and maybe throw a couple screenshots in there of this and say, here's my situation. It looks like I got, you know, a small colony that's doing well enough, but should I move them into a 4-frame or 5-frame nuc? And I could take one of these frames and I could swap out the plastic, because I do have some beeswax foundation, and it may allow them to draw out another frame and possibly start filling it with food as well, because it just seems like they're struggling on drawing comb. There isn't a single comb in this place that has a full drawn out comb. At least might be able to give them, make a 5-frame, give them an extra comb, or an extra frame with some beeswax foundation for them to draw a comb and actually do something with it before it gets too cold around here. So we might try that. I'm going to crack open this other hive real quick just to take a peek. Otherwise, I still think this other one's a strong colony, and there isn't much I need to do to overwinter them. So let's take a move. Fast forward. See, look at all this activity out front. I just see bees diving. It's hard to tell if they belong here or not. I need a Batman bee tool belt or something to put things on. So, and all this fresh equipment, I still don't have too much issue of cracking things loose. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Lots of new propolis, I see. Them gluing frames into place. I see this place looks thriving to me. Grab her. They're still playing with the drawing out comb here. Should be no reason a queen's on here. Okay, you're gonna go down here. All right. I'm just throwing some smoke up here to keep them down and keep them robbers from climbing in the top. So I'm gonna try and get this going here. All right, you're just gonna get thrown down there. There's that spot on my back. I can feel it now. Okay, empty. Yeah, I've been really bad about not like keeping a log. So these are my logs. Okay, so I got a little bit of drawn comb there with some nectar and cap honey. Man, these guys are really sticking everything together. I'm starting to get the idea of what everybody's talking about when you're dealing with this stuff. See a lot of bees down there. Still a really healthy frame. One side though. One side. Okay. Next. So this is all I can say, like another 2-week inspection here. I haven't touched things in 2 weeks. Oh, this is real heavy. So again, a lot of food, no brood. And that's a hell of a frame of food right there with mixed pollen and everything, capped honey. So these guys are seemingly doing very well as far as preparing for winter. I don't think I'll have any issues, hopefully, with this one. Now we got our brood frame. I see stuff. Yep, I still see fresh eggs from the last couple of days in the lower cells. So these guys are, I think that's it. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not looking for the queen. I basically already found her. I still don't see any signs of, I really don't see any signs of mites, or I don't see any signs of beetle. Of course, these guys pretty much got what you would call a total brood break. So if they had any mites on them, when I cut them out, they disappeared when I cut them out. So we'll see down here. I mean, I see debris and stuff down here, but I don't see anything that would look like a hive beetle or anything like that. So I think I'm okay for now. All right, guys, we're going back inside. Get out of your bee head way up there. I see your bee head in the middle of that. Okay. This is the part I always hate. Squeezing all the frames back together and not wanting to hurt anyone. All right. Well, I think that's good enough for that inspection. everything looks decent. I know I'm always doom and gloom going, oh, everything looks horrible, because I don't know what I'm looking at. So, looks good enough to me. I want to get a little rock though for this. Fast forward. I don't know why I've like keeping the screen on here. The bees, you know, they get air. The bees don't have any business up here right now. And it just allows me to crack open the top and take a peek inside. And if they look calm, then I ask, oh, that rock's too big. This is going to be bad. Oh well, I guess I've been sands. I got another one of those pieces of metal. I have to go and get it. But not today. Okay, that's it. And I'm going to go on Facebook. I'm going to put a question in, and either way, I'm going to build, let's just say I'm going to build a 5-frame nucleus. Just for shits and grins. And I'm going to build a 5-frame nucleus. I want to build some 2-frame nukes for next year for springtime, for queen rearing, trying to do the queen rearing like I saw on this one guy's channel. So I'm going to be getting some, I'm going to go buy some wood, and I'm going to make some nucleuses anyway. But I want to see what I can do about making a 5-frame nuke, and see if anybody suggests that would be a good idea to transfer these guys, or the other colony, not these guys, into a 5-frame. All right. I don't know if I got stung today, but it's always a good day. You don't get stung.